Good morning, everybody. It is your dad and Commander Rebel Red here again for another Chill and Chat Saturday. And good morning, Crystal. Good to see you joining me this morning. Oh, I do see Will has joined in the bottom there. I see you, little tank driving around. I see you. Renee don't like me eating his chat. I feel that. I mean, I don't mind it. But my chat might disagree. I don't know. Sorry. I have to call you out. It's more fun that way. I have to at least call you out when you're on your main account. It's when you're on your alt is when I try to keep it on the down low. Gonna eat my chat. You know what? Go for it. Eat it. Hopefully it's delicious. So, as far as what we've got planned for today, I thought of doing things a little bit different. And rather than just going straight into the games, might do some React content to start the stream, maybe for 30 minutes. I've got one video I've got in mind that we can react to, just as kind of a history lesson of one of the greatest firearms manufacturers of all time, John Moses Browning. Hallowed be thy name. To give you guys a little bit of a history lesson, kind of regarding my channel too, so that anytime that I look at a gun in stream and you hear me say, "What in the name of John Moses Browning is that?" This is why. Get some spicy things. Hot sauce. Spicy, chat. Hey, it ain't that kind of stream. Can't be that kind of stream today. I don't know. As long as Ruby isn't watching, it can be spicy, but Little Red is home right now. So if she were to be watching the stream, it would be a bad time. But some new news from today, if everyone noticed on all of my socials, I have officially posted the date for Rebel 2.0. We will have him ready to debut April 28th, which is also the same day as my 2-year affiliate anniversary. So it'll be a 2-for-1 party to celebrate some of my accomplishments, as well as a treat for you guys with the new model. Um, I believe Monday I will post a model reveal post, kind of like what a lot of people do on Twitter and Blue Sky, where I will have the model as well as the toggles. And as I get more likes and reposts on it, I will start revealing things. No spoilers. Well, I'm not going to put any spoilers right now, but I do want to put in a model reveal post for those who might be interested in something like that. I don't know. Should I do it next week or should I wait till a little bit later? Because I have it set for that post that it is on a point system. So for every like, it will be 1 point. For every repost, it is 5 points. And to reveal everything, I have it set at 200. So that will reveal the entire model, all of the toggles I have for the model, as well as a second pose. Just in case want to add more. Wait, more hot sauce? What are we talking about? Wait, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Just in case I want to add more to it before the reveal. I got you. So I might wait. We'll just go ahead at the start of April. We'll say that. I will post the model reveal, and then once it gets to 200 points, it will be the full reveal. I do have a debut trailer being worked on, but I have requested specifically for that trailer that the model actually be hidden. So it will be just the silhouette. It is flying fast. It's almost the end of February, which is why I was kind of worried that I wouldn't have everything ready. But the way things look now, I honestly could have done the debut in March like I had originally planned. But I felt like with it being my anniversary, that felt like a better date. 25. Don't talk to me. I mean, my birthday is pretty far off, but I will be 33. So, I'm still 32. I'm not that old yet. But there's people that have been streaming just a little bit longer than me that are older than me that have been successful. So, I'm not giving my hopes up yet. Because I remember hearing somewhere that on average, I don't know if it was most streamers or most VTubers give up after 2 years. That is what I've seen. But I'm going to be hitting 2 years in April. Well, technically a little over 2 years, but honestly, I think the 2 years would be this month. I can't even remember when I started VTubing, to be honest with you. I would have to go back through my Twitter post to figure out when I actually debuted as a VTuber. Because I've actually been streaming for 3 years. But one of those years was just an IRL streamer where I had a face cam and everything. But those have been wiped off of Twitch and YouTube. So good luck finding those. Only got back into streaming in 2024. So give up after 2 years, then retry and re-roll the dice. So give up after another 2 years. From the metrics that I saw, it was that they just give up completely after 2 years. Now, you might be right. There might be some that give up and completely redo their model or do a completely different channel. I could definitely see that being a thing. I don't think I would want to do that, especially because now I've got a decent amount of followers now from hitting affiliate that I don't feel like I've completely failed and need to start over. Back then, Twitch was not a thing. Well, Twitch has still been pretty popular for a while now. The VTubing sphere of it was not very big till the last probably 4 years or so. But you know, I've been on Twitch totaling 3 years. I streamed for a year and then I lost my job. So I stopped for an entire year and then got inspired to be a VTuber from a couple well known VTubers, specifically Vexoria and Matara. Because back in the day, I told myself I was too old to do something like that until I saw them. And realizing that at the time, Matara was like 34, I was like, hey, maybe I'm not too old. I'm 2 years younger than she. I was 4 years younger than her at the time. So, want me to want to make you on Gotcha Life too? Have no idea what that is. Oh boy. I can never get the volume right for. I feel like I never get the volume right for the music because on my end it's too loud. I wonder if that will make a difference. Hold on. Okay, that's a little bit better. Because I want the music to be loud enough that you guys can actually enjoy it, but I don't want it so loud that I can't hear the game. It's a serious problem. Because I don't want to completely mute my streaming PC because then I wouldn't be able to hear sound alerts. Which my sound alerts were not working yesterday because my OBS decided to just completely die on me yesterday. I don't know what caused that, but I have a feeling it was because I accidentally left OBS open all night the night before, and usually anytime I leave it running, it runs into problems. So, didn't do that this time. Hopefully we won't have that issue. But I guess I can change it to I'll change my category to just chatting for right now. So, well, if it would actually take it, OBS. Thank you. All right. We'll set it to just chatting. We're going to react to a video. It's 30 minutes, so not too much time on it. I'd say we'll be done with it as long as I don't pause a ton around the 1 hour mark. And then we'll check out the new season of Fortnite. The new season is weird. There is a theme, but there's a lot of stuff in the battle pass that do not fit the theme, and it's weird. But I won't spoil anything for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. We'll wait till I actually pull up the battle pass. But anyway, let's bring up the stream screen. All right. Hopefully it is loud enough for you guys. I'm going to pause the music for now. Oh, go ahead and post my live post while I'm at it. That might be a good idea. There we go. So, this is The Many Miracles of John Moses Browning. And it is by by a channel just called Harold. So for anyone who wants to check that out, just Harold. Yeah.
There was nothing, and then Browning said, "Let there be gas-operated firearms," and there were. So Browning created calibers in his own image, creating 45 ACP and 50 BMG, and he blessed them so. And
I don't
Browning
think
said,
people
"Let there be
realize how
slide-action pistols," and it was so.
the
From the
level of
seventh day, Browning
firearms
saw all that he had made, and it
that exist
was
today,
good.
so many of
No,
them are
that's not
because of this
quite
man.
right. When it comes to
And that's
most
why it's
inventors,
kind
be
of
it
a meme that
firearms
he
or
is
really
like a
anything,
holy
it's not uncommon
prophet
for
of
them to have one really
firearms.
good idea that they keep incrementally tweaking and adapting until the end of time. Take the likes of Mikhail Kalashnikov, Ronnie Barrett, or Gaston Glock, all famous arms designers with a number of brilliant weapons to their names.
Very well known in the gun community. I mean, I own guns founded by two of these people. I would like to own the one created by the guy in the middle, but I don't have 10 grand to spend on a Barrett 50 cal. Don't get me wrong, I would love to have a Barrett semi-auto 50 cal. That'd be awesome. I would love to be able to take out a car's engine block, but yeah, until my channel blows up, that's not going to happen. I would love to do firearm related content on the channel. The only bad thing is literally every single platform hates firearms and do not want you to promote them, and they will bury any content that you post involving firearms, whether it's on Twitch or YouTube. I mean, Twitch just bans firearm content, period. The only thing that they allow is they do allow um, you to show firearms. You are just not allowed to show them being shot, because there's several VTubers, or two or three that I know, that the majority of their content is actually repairing and cleaning firearms on stream. JMez is one of them. It's a pretty big VTuber in that space. Gotcha Guns is another one. Uh, but that is about as far as you can get away with on Twitch. You can do cleaning and presentations of firearms, but as soon as you get into actually firing them, it's instant ban. And on YouTube, it's no ad revenue whatsoever. Kiro be casually cleaning katana and guns on stream. Yeah, he does that a lot, and it's perfectly fine to do so on Twitch. It's just you can show the process of cleaning all of those weapons. It's just as soon as you try to use them, it's an immediate ban on Twitch, and it's demonetization on YouTube. Which really sucks, because I have a lot of YouTube channels that I love watching regarding firearms, and they make absolutely no money off of YouTube. It is all from sponsors and from their supporters. Like, you'll see a lot of YouTube channels now, they have a Patreon or something similar, and through that and sponsors is really the only way that they make money, which is really unfortunate because I like a lot of their stuff. But advertisers do not, apparently. But I would love to do that. It would have to be its own separate thing from my channel. If anything, I'll probably have to make a whole other channel or create Patreon exclusive stuff. Yeah, sponsors pay a lot. I mean, honestly, if I could get an ammunition sponsor, that would be enough for me to start doing my own gun content. That's the only thing that makes it so difficult, is because ammo right now is so expensive. Like, the ammo prices have doubled in the last 4 or 5 years. It sucks.
but the majority of their most successful designs
Yeah,
were based
Kalashnikov,
on the same
AKs,
basic operating mechanism.
Glock,
As great as their careers
obviously.
were, when it comes to firearms, there is one man who stands above all the rest. A man who refused to stop cooking and whose weapons remain in use today, nearly a century after his death. It's John Moses Browning, and if you haven't figured that out by now, I'm really not sure what to tell you. Browning is more than just a legend in firearm folklore. His contributions to the world of weapons through both his own company and in collaboration with the likes of Colt, FN Herstal, and Winchester were revolutionary, birthing some of the most significant
So
ideas that have
revolutionary, a
irreversibly
lot of
changed the
his
design of
mechanics and
firearms
firearms are
with
still
man-made
used
horrors
to
beyond
this day.
comprehension. To put it in a way that I can understand, 20% of the standard weapons in Red Dead Redemption 2 were designed by Browning.
Yep.
So what did John Browning spawn to become the figure he's remembered as today? How did his guns change the course of firearm design? And why have the weapons he created become so revered?
The dude's a genius. Like no other
I usually put
manufacturer
stuff like this
has
near the end,
met
but I'm going to put it here
the
this
level
time.
of
There is a lot
quality
more to Browning's
and
story than I can cover in a timely manner, so I implore you to check out the main source I
revolutionizing
used for this video, The Guns of John
as
Moses Browning by Nathan
Browning.
Gorenstein, which is an unmatched biography of Browning that is so rich in detail and depth that I had to mention it. For the sake of not putting you through the 14-hour lecture I was considering making, I've cut out a lot of stuff to keep things moving, but if any part of this
God, I
even
could not
remotely
react to
interests you,
14 hours of
Gorenstein's
this. Are you
book
kidding
is
me?
more than worth seeking out. Thanks for hearing me out, and let's get back to it. Our story begins with a rabbit hole I'm neither bothered nor insane enough to go down. One of a staggering 22 children, John Moses Browning was born in 1855 to a Mormon family in Ogden, Utah. The son of a Mormon pioneer and a solid gunsmith in his own right, Browning would first dip his toes
I'm not
going to
get into
business
religious
at the
debate, but
tender
yes,
age of
Mormonism
6, when his
is really
father put him
weird.
to work in the family gun store, teaching the young John how to repair and build guns, just as God intended. At the age of 10, John would put
You
together
damn
his
Skippy.
first weapon, a crude muzzle-loading shotgun.
If I knew
built
how to
from a
make
square
firearms, you
musket
bet your
barrel
sweet
and some
bippy I'd
scrap
be
wood and
teaching
metal, which,
Little
to
Red
his
how to
credit,
do so
actually
as well.
worked somehow. But his father was less than impressed, saying, and I quote, "You're going on 11, can't you make a better gun than that?" The young John must have taken this personally.
That statement is crazy. Like, I couldn't imagine telling that to an 11-year-old kid. It's like, wow, you're 11 and you're only able to make like a muzzle loader? Come on, skill issue. Get with it, kid. But I mean, I guess if you want to try to inspire your kids to do better, that's one way to do it. I don't know if it's the best way, but it is a way.
Because over the next 61 years he would make some of the most iconic weapons ever seen. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Browning would finish his rudimentary education by 1869, the same year the Transcontinental Railway would connect the once secluded Mormon settlement to the rest of the country, and spent much of his time repairing damaged firearms and hunting elk in the mountains. As you might expect, a life on the frontier repairing firearms runs quite dry after a few
And that's
years.
another thing
and
about
given his
Browning
father's
too,
financial
is you have
troubles
to
and a
think
near
how
catastrophic fire at the family gun store,
long
John and
ago
his
he
brother
started
Matt
making
would purchase the store from
firearms.
their father in
Like most
1878,
technology,
founding the
just
John
in
Moses and
general,
Matthew Sanderford
doesn't
Browning
stand the
Company.
test of time
Continuing
as
to
much
repair
as Browning's firearms
their father
do.
would remain a strong influence on the new company in its early years, especially during one particularly frustrating job for John, during which he shouted, "I can make a better gun than that myself," to which his father would respond, "I know you can, and I wish you'd get at it," prompting a 23-year-old John Moses Browning to design his first real firearm. By the time Browning was gearing up to produce his own firearms, a number of chemical,
He stepped up his
metallurgical,
game
and
as dad.
manufacturing
He went
advances
from
had
saying, man,
radically
you could
modernized
totally make a better gun
production
than that. You're
capabilities.
11, come on,
And
do
in
better,
fact, had
too.
Browning been born just a
I know you
decade
can
or
make a
two
good
earlier,
firearm.
His ideas would have been crippled by the
to it.
unsophisticated methods of firearm production. Unfortunately, the dysentery-ridden West was still trailing behind the rest of the nation, and a lack of advanced production methods would still stunt his early ambitions. Browning shelving his idea for a repeater similar to the Winchester Model 1873, and instead
Just
pursuing a falling block single-shot rifle.
Literal
This
butterfly
would turn out to
effects,
be a
just
very
thinking
good
about
idea,
that.
and
If
his
he would
first
have
true
been
firearm,
making firearms
creatively
just a
named
few
the
years
Browning
before,
Model
he
1878
would never would have gotten to
single-shot
this
rifle,
level.
would improve on the falling block designs of yesteryear, and was sold out within a week, with John and his brothers establishing their own factory in 1880 to support their new business venture. By some bizarre stroke of luck, in 1883, the minor success story out of what was
500
essentially
and
a train
600
stop in the
model
middle of nowhere
1878s.
would
That
fall into the
is,
lap of one Thomas
that doesn't
Bennett,
seem like a
who
lot,
just so
but
happened
back
to be
in
the
that
chief
time,
executive of the Winchester
that's a lot of
Arms Company.
firearms.
Given this happened some
Especially in the
150 years
US.
ago, stories vary on exactly how he came across Browning's
Our
rifle.
population
But
was not that
nonetheless, with
high
Winchester in dire straits and desperately
during
seeking
the Wild
imagination
West days.
following several failed lever-action rifles, Bennett purchased the rights to the Model 1878 and invited a still largely unknown Browning to develop his repeater ideas in the industrial East. So, in 1884, John and Matt arrived in the then homeland of American firearms, glorious Connecticut, and again struck a deal with Bennett to produce John's repeater design. Bennett trading 10% of his company's yearly profit at the time for the rifle and the promise of more Browning-designed firearms, which, as you might have guessed, would end up being more than worth it.
Oh yeah.
Within 5 years of discovering the Mormon manufacturers, Winchester had sold tens of thousands of Browning's designs. The Model 1878 sold as the Winchester Model 1885, and Browning's lever-action design being sold as the Winchester Model 1886. The rifles
Still
being significantly
purchased
more
to this
refined
day.
offerings compared to their competitors, along with garnering praise from the most American
Still
of
being
all time, and
manufactured
the
to
man
this
I named
day,
Mike
which is
after,
saying something.
Theodore Roosevelt. It would be within these years, though, that the first signs of
You
tension
can find a
between
lot of
Browning
guns
and
that were made
Winchester
back
would
in that day, but
arise.
you
See,
won't
both
find very
parties
many
wanted
guns
to
that are
build a new shotgun,
manufactured
but disagreed over its
from that
action.
time still.
Browning wanting to build a pump action, and Winchester wanting to stick to their
And the Winchester
guns
is
and
one of
go
the
for another
best
lever action.
lever actions.
The relatively
I mean,
unknown Uton, being in
it's
little
called the
position
gun
to
that
make
won the
demand,
West for a
caved
reason.
and produced the Winchester Model 1887. Though, as if an act of divine intervention, the new shotgun would barely be
such a
profitable
cool
for the
shotgun.
entirety
Not very
of its
reliable, but
existence.
it's so cool.
Speaking of divine intervention, the Mormon Church would ship Browning off to Georgia to spread the good word for the next 2 years. But doing God's work didn't get in the way of Browning doing his own, designing a .22 caliber slide-action rifle that Winchester engineers said would never work. John
did
took
not
this
know
personally
that
and somehow
existed.
managed to put together a prototype which he would send to Winchester attached with a passive-aggressive message declaring, "You said it wouldn't work, but it seems to shoot pretty fair to me." The rifle built out of spite became the Winchester Model 1890, and while it's most historically significant for being the first repeating rifle to rely
You gotta admire that level of petty when it comes to manufacturing. Like, I feel like half of the guns he invented, he did it out of spite. Because so many people would say, you're not going to be able to make a firearm like that. And he was like, watch me. I live to be that level of just stubborn. Be like, oh, I can't make this? Sit back and watch. I'ma do it.
reliably use the popular .22 short
And then
cartridge,
sell
the Model 1890 is more
thousands
famous for
of
its
them.
copious use in the shooting galleries that littered the US until the end of the Second World War. The rifle remaining in production until 1858 without any major changes to the design. By 1889, Browning's tenure in
Wonder if
the
they
Peach
still
State
make
was
that.
over,
That'd be
and
cool.
the 2 years his firearm fantasies
Be
had
great
been
practice
flatlined
for
would push
shotguns.
John to cook even harder than he ever had before. While Browning had been on his holy hiatus, the French had done something good, for once. The introduction of smokeless powder completely changed the firearm game, increasing the velocity of bullets, but more importantly for our purposes, being much cleaner and thus allowing for firearms to utilize much more complex mechanisms. Another interesting quirk of smokeless powder was that 99% of the charge left the barrel as a gas, something Browning was keen to experiment with. Having been beaten by Hiram Maxim to build the first machine gun, John settled for the next best thing, the first gas-operated machine gun, which he began work on following a shooting competition.
That's the
upon his
funny thing to
return
think
Utah.
about is that
Within a
automatic
single
rifles
day
have
of
been
thinking of
around
making
since
such a weapon,
before the Civil
Browning,
War.
with some help from his brothers, had a working prototype. It was nowhere near ready for any kind of serious production, but the prototype had merit. And
Because
with
that's the
some
thing
10
that
months
is
of
so
intensive
annoying to
work,
me
a
about
gas-operated gun, weighing a fifth of
gun
Maxim's
ban
design,
stuff. It's like, we
was
need to
ready
ban
take
automatic
on the
weapons
world.
because they
The only problem that remained was finding
weren't.
someone who gave a shit.
The Second Amendment only
Winchester was
applies to
out of the question
guns
immediately.
that were
If a
made back
pump-action shotgun
in
had been too much of a deviation for them,
the
a
writing of
radically
the
new and unproven
Declaration of
machine gun
Independence.
was
It's like,
never going to be
you
of
realize they
interest.
had automatic
But luckily,
rifles back then,
Connecticut
right?
is about the size of a dumpster,
They just
and
weren't as
honestly just
reliable,
about
so
as
they didn't
appealing.
use them.
This meant that Colt, another of the several firearm companies based in the Constitution State, were well aware of Browning and his largely untapped potential.
Great.
Colt would set up a
Great brand.
demonstration of the new machine gun at their factory
Colt
in
makes
Hartford, where it
Good
would be
stuff.
stress tested over 1,800 rounds. 3 minutes and
The
several
quality
hearing loss
control isn't
diagnoses
as good as it
later,
used to
the
be,
test would
but
be over. Browning's new
you
machine gun
still
having fired all
won't
1,800
go wrong
rounds
with
without a
Colt
single
anything.
malfunction. Now you might be thinking, wow, that's pretty impressive, John must have been pleased. And you'd be wrong, stupid. Despite the immense success of the test, Browning's machine gun got ridiculously hot. Like, hot to the point that some of the lead in the bullets melted as it flew out of the barrel, which itself had turned from black to red and then to blue over the course of the test. Which, funnily enough, is what happens when you incorporate absolutely no cooling system into your machine gun. Like, I know this
yeah,
is a
you
video
gotta
glazing
have a
by Browning,
venting
but
or
come
a
on,
water
why would you
system
do
of some
that?
kind.
So, for the first time, Browning refused to sell his firearm, opting instead to keep refining the design. And as the 1890s progressed, several Browning designs would prove pivotal in firearm history. By the time the 1890s rolled around, Winchester was
That's why you notice in a lot of LMGs or high firing rifles or high volume of fire rifles is all of them have some form of cooling system in them. Even some weapons back in like World War II actually used water cooling, which is crazy to think about. Water cooling, like they were doing water cooling on guns before they even thought about doing it on computers. Or before computers even existed.
purchasing so many Browning-designed firearms that the brothers joked that every trip they made east was a raid on the Winchester treasury. And honestly, they weren't far off. By 1900, Winchester would purchase 34 Browning-designed
Money?
firearms
I
it
love
would
money.
never produce for $10,000 each in 1890s money. Which honestly makes me think that the meetings between Bennett and Browning would just consist of John threatening Bennett with whatever gun he'd designed that week until he bought it. Back in reality, however, Winchester would pump out new Browning-designed firearms like crypto grifters pump out new rug pulls. The first was the Model 1892, a simpler, cheaper version of the Model 1886 designed to fire smaller ammunition, and a rifle Browning had promised to build in a month, or Winchester could have it for free. Go figure, he received a $20,000 check a month later. The next was the Model 1893, the pump-action shotgun Browning had proposed to Bennett several years prior that would be greenlit following the success of the Spencer 1882.
Browning's the only man I could think of that would be able to come out with a working, reliable gun in a month.
Its users with burning powder, and thus didn't
Most companies
well.
it takes
Following
years.
That disaster was the Model 1894, another lever-action repeater, this time to fully replace the Model 1886. And oh boy did it ever succeed at that, becoming possibly the most famous hunting rifle of all time and remaining in production to this very day.
Yep. You can still find them on their website.
One of the best hunting rifles ever, Browning would then create the Model 1895, yet another lever-action rifle, this time with an internal magazine. The rifle finding itself fighting on the front lines of several conflicts around the globe for the next half-century, as well as being Browning's last lever-action design for Winchester. Think it ends there? No, you fool! Browning then finished the first gas-operated firearm, fixing the cooling issues at the cost of beefing up the weapon and selling the design to Colt, who would produce it as the Colt Browning M1895. Despite its importance in firearm lore, this was one of the least successful designs Browning ever made, being difficult to clear and prone to jamming in the hands of poorly trained troops, who just so happened to be its primary users.
There's a note on there if you can't see it.
Unsuccessful pump-action firearm lore. This was one of the least successful designs Browning ever made, being difficult.
A lot of this came down to magazines needing to be loaded with painstaking care or they would become incredibly unreliable. So it wasn't really an issue with the gun itself, it was an issue with the magazines.
Difficult to clear and prone to jamming in the hands of poorly trained troops.
Which, fair,
just so
that happens
to be
a lot.
Its primary users. Oh, and remember that unsuccessful
Hey Lazy, welcome in.
Well,
doing good. We are learning about the greatest gun inventor of all time, John Moses Browning. Hallowed be thy name.
Gun, or the shotgun Germany cried war crime over in World War I.
Ah, yes, the war crime stick. I love it.
Shotgun market. Like the barrel of his machine gun prototype, Browning was on fire.
Sorry, I paused again. Just think about that. This dude invented a shotgun that worked so well that Germany turned it into a war crime to use it. like the gun that he is talking about, where's my favorite sniper, Era 45? I doubt Browning made that. Or in fact, I know he did not make that because he is not German. But yeah, the trench shotgun that Browning made was so effective that the Germans named it a war crime, and it is, I believe, against the Geneva Convention to use in warfare. That's how good it was. Granted, the main reason for that is because this shotgun was slam fire. Kar 98, no, it's Kar 98. I think it is British. I believe the British made the Kar 98. I can't remember. If it's anything that's not American made, I tend to lose track. There's just so many firearms. I'm lucky to remember all of the American ones. I know most of HK and SIG, and those are European weapons. I know quite a bit of those, but past those, there's not many foreign firearms that I know a lot about. And Walther's another one. Yeah, this shotgun is slam fire, which what that means is, so for most shotgun mechanisms, when you fire a shot, well, this is pump actions. Note that you pull the trigger, fires, rack the slide, or pull the pump back, push it back forward, loads a new shell into the gun. You have to then release the trigger and pull it again before it will fire. However, with the slam fire shotgun like Browning invented, as soon as you pull the pump back, as soon as you slide it back forward, if your finger's still on the trigger, it will fire the next shell immediately. Kar 98 German. That's what so it is European, but German. I get all of them mixed up. Approved by the French. That's what it is. Yeah, that's why this thing was so overpowered, is you could literally shoot the shotgun without ever taking your finger off the trigger. Because it would be, you'd have to pull the trigger for the first shell, and then it would be rack, and then as soon as you push the pump forward, it would fire again. And you can still find them. I don't know if you have to have a Class 3 license for those. You might. I can't remember. Because the way gun laws in the US work with shotguns, it's really weird. Because technically, you're not supposed to be able to own a shotgun in the US without a tax stamp if it's shorter than 18 inches. And then there's certain mechanisms that I think you have to have a license for those too. That might change though, because as far as I know, a lot of executive orders are trying to be pushed through to get rid of a lot of that bullcrap.
And his designs had made Winchester the nation's leading civilian arms manufacturer. But if you thought his 90s hot streak was impressive already, brace yourself for what comes next. If I asked you to think of a late 19th century handgun, the image that comes to most people's minds would probably be a revolver, something like the Colt Model 1873 or Model 1892. But by the time World War I happened in the early 20th century, handguns looked more like this. And if you ever wondered how this radical transition was made, look no further than John Moses Browning. As the 20th century loomed, gun makers the world over were trying to shrink
K91. I think that's a tank.
operation down into smaller packages. But most
I did. That is a great movie. Enemy at the Gates is great. Would definitely recommend. I mean, the only thing that they have going against them is that they're communists. But other than that, great movie.
Between 1894 and 1896, John would design several semi-automatic handguns based on his machine gun, while his brothers would put them together. but for the most part, a solution to the handgun question eluded him.
And based on a true
That
story.
was until
So-
mid-1896, when he applied for a patent for something so new that Browning didn't even know how to describe it. Despite the early successes of handguns such as the aforementioned C93, or later Mauser C96 and Luger P08, the design Browning had
I want a Mauser C96 so bad. I want it because I want to be able to say that I have a real life Han Solo blaster. Because that's what the Mauser broom handle is based off of. Fun fact, like 95% of the blasters used in the first Star Wars movies were just World War II replicas with random bullcrap thrown on them. Yep. Almost every single blaster in Star Wars, even the new movies, is just real or replicas of real life guns with random bits and bobs thrown on them to make them look sci-fi. Main Han Solo and Star Wars Battlefield. Oh yeah, Battlefront. Oh, I love Battlefront. The original Battlefront 2 was the best. The remake is good after they updated it and got rid of all of the microtransaction BS in it. And yes, Les, The American Sniper is also a great movie. Chris Kyle was amazing. It was sad the way that he went out. Sniper movies just always tend to be really good.
created
War
would
era
completely
snipers.
revolutionize the handgun
AR-45.
market. What he had created was a pistol
Yeah.
with a slide, and in fact he'd
That'd definitely be a
patented
good
multiple
choice, and-
variations of this design, birthing the short recoil and blowback slide action pistol operations.
If I could
seen in
have
nearly
any
every popular handgun
sniper
available today.
bolt action,
Browning
it would
first
be
take
the
designs to
Macmillan
Colt, who
Pack
essentially told him
338.
to fuck off, seeing it as a threat to their revolver offerings. But as luck would have it, a friend of Browning's at Colt knew just the place
And most
that
people
would be
probably don't even
interested,
know what
the
that
struggling
is.
FN Herstal. At the time, FN
But it's
were mainly
basically the same
producing
people who make the
licensed Mauser bolt
M40A5
action.
sniper for the
Well,
Marines.
Until Mauser got jealous of how many orders FN was receiving and revoked the license.
Or they make the
sending
chassis
the company into
for
an
it.
economic freefall. With few other options and a promising new design from the American with a solid reputation, the Belgians purchased the rights to what they initially termed the Pistolet Browning, but we know it better as the FN Model 1900. The contract between Browning and FN stated that if they sold less than 5,000, the rights would revert back to Browning. By 1909, 500,000 Model 1900s had been sold, primarily in Europe, as the
That's
American market
insane.
was still very much clinging onto their revolvers.
I couldn't
Within a
imagine
decade of
selling
selling
half
the
a
first
million
modern pistol
anything,
design,
let
Colt had
alone
changed their
back in
minds,
like
and
World
Browning had
War
produced
II.
several for both Colt and FN, including the aforementioned FN Model 1900, Colt Model 1900, Colt Model 1902, Colt Model 1903 Pocket Hammer and Pocket Hammerless, FN Model 1903, FN Model 1906, Colt Model 1908 Vest Pocket and Pocket Hammerless, and the FN Model 1910, though the FN models would be significantly
Oh,
more
no.
successful. For now though, let's put a pin in Browning's handgun ambitions and turn our attention back to Winchester. If your attention span
Another
allows you
great
to
brand.
recall Browning's relationship with Winchester,
Colt
you may
91.
remember that things had gotten a little testy
Yeah.
when John first proposed building a pump-action shotgun.
Bro,
Well,
I
as
don't-
the 20th century neared,
if you
this
go
partnership
into
again took a turn
the
for
rabbit hole
worst.
of
In
firearms,
1894, Browning, hot
there's
off of
so
finishing his
many
machine gun,
that have been made
unsurprisingly
by
sought to build
Colt,
another brand new
Winchester,
weapon, this time an
all of
auto-loading
the
shotgun,
big,
showing his
like-
brothers a few designs, but by
and
the
most
next
of
year,
these
his
companies
attention had
were
turned to the
founded
aforementioned
in like the
semi-automatic
1800s.
pistols. On his return from his first trip to Belgium in 1897, Browning would revive his
And
auto-loading
half of their
shotgun,
guns you
putting
can
together a
still
prototype
buy and are
utilizing a
manufactured
toggle-link
to this
action
day.
similar to that of the Maxim machine gun and Bullshot C93. Though, unlike the unwieldy C93, it was shrunk down to be
Oh,
practical.
What do we have?
Development would be put
Oh.
on hold while Browning again visited FN in 1898.
Oh my
But
God, I
finally,
love
He
'em.
would put the finishing touches on the shotgun upon his return, demonstrating it to FN and DWM's American sales manager in spring 1899 before taking it to Winchester. And it's at this point that the story takes a massive fucking
I'll have to show
detour.
that later.
George Luger, creator of the Luger P08, took Browning to court over a patent
Never
dispute
liked
involving
Winchester.
the toggle link action. Long story
I
short,
like
Luger's
lever
redesign of the
actions. They're
C93
cool.
into the P08
I
used
like
an incredibly similar
I like
action,
cowboy
resulting
aesthetic
in an
stuff,
8-year
so the
legal
Winchesters
battle
have always
and
been
one
cool
that
to
Luger
me.
would eventually lose.
I would never want
This
to
case
actually
was
have to
pretty
use
shit, and
one
that's honestly an understatement.
in like
But by the time the
self-defense
dispute was
because there's
resolved,
way
Browning had
more
moved
advanced
on,
guns
and the
now.
toggle
But
link shotgun was history. This was because the shotgun itself was also quite shit. Some shells failing to eject, some failing to be ignited, and most worryingly, the gun randomly firing without anyone pulling the trigger. Instead, John would prototype a unique long recoil operated shotgun in 1899, revising it by 1901, and while it worked exceptionally well, its long recoil operation was an evolutionary dead end. And even worse, Winchester refused to put the weapon into production,
Battlefield
not
1.
feeling a need to compete against the incredibly
Pretty good game.
successful Model 1897 they were already selling. A falling out over a patent the next year would be the final straw for Browning, ending his 19-year relationship with Winchester by demanding a ridiculous amount of money they would never agree to for his new shotgun. Instead, he immediately took it to the Belgians, who would sell it as the Browning Automatic 5 in 1903, with Remington selling it in America under license starting in 1905 as the Remington Model 11, and both also producing Browning's similar long recoil auto-loading
Yeah, the
rifle design soon
M24. That's a really
thereafter.
good one. That's
Ultimately, the Auto 5 sold
what the
so well,
M40
the most
A5 is
important
based
thing that
off
can be said
of.
about the production numbers is that the Auto 5
The
is
M40
one
is
of the
just a
most
newer
popular
model of
shotguns
that,
in
and it can
existence,
take
with
magazines.
millions
It's really
sold
the only
officially,
difference.
and countless copies sold once the patent expired. The shotgun
I
remaining
love the
in production
M24.
until
I loved using it
1998.
in I think it was in
Meanwhile, the American
Battlefield
military
Bad
was
Company
slowly
2.
entering the 20th century and beginning the transition from revolvers to semi-automatic handguns, but that transition was about as smooth as a New York highway. Numerous
Facts.
tests of offerings from Luger and Colt
Early
have received
pistols
a tidal wave
sucked
of criticism
dong.
surrounding reliability and ergonomic issues, and thus the military refused to adopt any semi-automatic handgun. Furthermore, the US, being the finicky fucks they often are, demanded their handguns be chambered in at least 45 caliber, following the
I would hate to try to
incredibly
get a
American and highly contentious
military
Thompson
contract
Regard
with the
ammunition tests,
US,
something neither the
because
Luger
they
or
are
Colt designs
so
were chambered
picky
in.
about
Given how
everything.
stubborn the US military is, the 45 caliber requirement was non-negotiable, prompting Browning, in partnership with Colt, Union Metallic Cartridge, and the Army,
Just that statement about it had to be in 45 is one of the craziest things about so many guns that were manufactured during that time. There were so many manufacturers that were not even in the US that were building firearms for the US military, and they would have to change the calibers for it because the US was like, we need it in this, even though that might not have been the standard ammunition for that country. That's how much other countries want to sell guns to the US. Like, if a few things were different during, like, the Vietnam War, our guys would have been carrying FALs instead of the M14. But I think because of the choices in calibers, they went a different direction.
to spawn God's caliber. 45
Scar
automatic
H
Colt
is a really
pistol,
good.
or 45
Yeah.
ACP.
I mean, I
Weighing
like the
twice as much and
Scar.
producing twice
I
the
just
power
don't like
as
how
the US's
bulky it
previously
is.
favored
I
38
honestly like the
caliber round.
ACR better,
By 1907, a new round of tests was underway using
even
the
though it's
45
not
ACP cartridge. This time featuring the new
as
Browning
good
design
as it
Colt
was
Model
when it was owned by
1905, a
Magpul.
now highly sought after 45 caliber Luger.
Yeah,
and an
fun
offering from
fact,
Savage
Magpul
Arms,
made the
though
original
again, it
ACR,
was a shit show.
not
The Army
Remington.
declaring that none of the pistols had reached such a stage of perfection as to
It was originally
justify
called the
its
Magpul
production.
Masada.
Luger would drop out soon thereafter, already at production capacity with orders for its 9mm offering from several European nations, leaving just the two Americans, Savage and Colt.
Savage
Browning
makes
would redesign
good
his pistol several times over the next
good
few
guns.
years,
And they're
shortening the barrel,
relatively
further angling the grip instead of it being
cheap,
almost
too.
vertical, and changing the
They make
barrel's
great
internal
bolt
mechanism
actions.
to tilt the muzzle upwards as the slide moved back after
whether you want a
firing.
good hunting
Overall,
rifle
addressing the
or a
critiques
good
from the
sniper,
military
Savage is a
simplified the
good
production
choice for
Colt. So, after
a
3
good
years of
price for
refinements and intermittent
reliable
testing,
bolt
the bell
action.
would ring for the next round in 1910,
and some of the best triggers
and it
you can
went even
get
worse than it
factory.
ever had before, forcing yet another redesign of the pistols. Finally, in 1911, the winner would be decided following a 6,000 round stress test, and if you've been here before,
Deagle.
you already know where this is going. The Savage design failed some 30 times, while Browning's design had none.
Deagle's
Being
okay.
adopted as the handgun
They
that
look
needs
really
no
cool,
introduction
and
in
they're
1911.
probably...
The rest,
Oh,
as
hold
they
on.
say, is history.
Colt 1911. I want... Now... Just... Imagine that you invented a handgun that works so well that over 100 years later, modern militaries are still using it. And that's not even a joke. The Marine Corps' designated handgun is still the Colt 45 Auto, which is an M1911. Which is funny because, granted, the 1911 is not the most reliable compared to other guns that are out now. Thank you, dear. Got some barbecue. Yeah, there's a lot of handguns out now that are going to be more reliable than the 1911 and a lot lighter. That's a big issue with the 1911 is it's full metal. It is heavy. And with it being in 45 makes it even heavier. That's the only... It's still a good handgun, and with the right manufacturer and parts and stuff, it can be as reliable as any other handgun. But the more you do that, the more it goes up in price, and at that point, is it really worth paying double the price for that 1911 when you could pay the same price for a Glock and the same caliber for a third of the price? Country still using 50, 60-year-old fighter jet, MiG-21, retired years ago. Yeah, that's a lot of vehicles. That's like the A-10 Warthog. It is like just now being retired, and we've been using it since like maybe a little bit after the Vietnam War. But it's still one of my favorite fighter planes. That was honestly one of the first ideas for Ruby's character. I had the idea of her originally being an A-10 waifu, but I wanted her to be the AC-130 because that plane's bigger. No specific reason.
Though I will add that the tilting mechanism Browning added after the second test is now, along with the slide, a common sight on many modern handguns.
Yep.
So, where do you
A
go
lot of
after
handguns still
dominating
use
much of the firearm
his
market
design.
with several all-time great weapons? Well, the world had changed dramatically by the time the M1911 had entered service. The so-called beautiful era was going the way of the dinosaur as Europe's armies began gearing up for their next scheduled pissing contest, and Browning would soon capitalize on the new conflict. While seen today as the most
Very
powerful
old,
military in the
still in
world,
use.
the US's
There's a lot of
capabilities
stuff
in the
that's
early
still in
20th
use,
century
at
were
least,
less than
especially in
ideal.
other countries.
The lackluster response to the 1916 Pancho Villa raids demonstrating just how poorly equipped the US was, especially in terms of their machine guns. At the time, the US was fielding the French-made Bene Merci machine rifle, using it to provide both sustained suppressive fire from a stationary position as well as providing mobile supporting fire for advancing troops. And as with most firearms that try to be too many things, it was a disaster, being difficult and complex to make, overheating quickly, and being awkward to use. The First World War was in full swing by then, coincidentally kicked off by an assassination carried out with a Browning handgun, sparking the idea of so-called walking fire to break the trench stalemate.
Hey Tails,
is exactly what
we're talking about guns.
Walking across no man's land,
specifically ones made by John Moses Browning,
refusing to stop cooking.
the man, the myth, the legend.
To address both of these situations. The first being the water-cooled Model 1917.
Half-slide design.
Browning had actually been working on this design since 1901, revising it by 1910.
It has
its
perks.
And having a working prototype by 1915, which he would again give to Colt for testing with the Army. And surprise, surprise, it dominated the testing. The Model 1917
to no
is
one's
often
surprise
forgotten,
whatsoever,
however, as it was immediately overshadowed by Browning's next design, the Bar. The Browning automatic rifle was designed around 1912 and adopted to fit the walking fire concept, though it was capable of accurate
The
fire
bar
from any
is an
position,
insane
also
concept.
featuring a fire selector that allowed for both
Like,
automatic
let's
and
take our
semi-automatic
one of our most
fire, along with
powerful
using
cartridges
detachable
in our
box
military,
magazines,
and
which were both relatively novel
let's just turn it
features
into an
at the
assault
time.
rifle.
In fact, so promising was the design that Browning was prohibited from patenting it until after the war by the US Army.
Like
as it would
the
require them to
M1
disclose
Grand,
specifics
the
of
gun
each
that has the
rifle.
famous pinging
This,
sound
after
when it
several
runs out of
decades
ammo.
creating firearms, would finally
That's
be the
this,
weapon
but
to
full auto.
immortalize the Browning name. A public test of both new Browning machine guns in February 1918, earning John the very humble titles of the Edison of Guns and the Wizard of Firearms. All that remained was to test his guns
Honestly,
in combat.
fair name.
As much as I want to make a snarky comment about the Americans refusing to give
Grin,
them
auto
World War
sniper.
I for 3 years,
Kinda.
I'm going to move past that and keep talking about Browning's guns. For their numerous military-adopted weapons, the Brownings
I
have
would
been
love to own a Browning
diabolically
or a
robbed by
bar.
the government, paid only $1.5 million of the $5 million they were owed, and receiving only $600,000 of that due to the wartime tax rate. But I'm gonna move on before I'm put on a list. While 1911s
There is actually a rifle
1917s
out
and
now that is
1997s
supposed to
were
be
used from
like
the
the
moment
spiritual
Yanks landed in
successor to
Europe,
the bar, and
the
it's
bar
called the
would have to
H
wait for
car.
its time to fight. American military leadership
But
fearing
it
that
is
the automatic
not
rifle
cheap.
would be captured and used by the enemy,
It's
or
like,
even reverse
I think the last
engineered.
time I checked, I think it was like
Nonetheless,
$5,000.
throughout the limited time the US was in the war, several legendary events would highlight the exceptional nature of Browning's firearms. Bars greatly helping the Americans clear German positions at Mount Faucon, M1917s proving reliable suppressive weapons in the trenches near Verdun, M1897 scaring the Germans so much they labeled it a war crime, and of course, who can forget the iconic tale of Alvin York, who killed several enemies with his 1911
The war crime
and
stick.
used it to take
I want it.
132 Germans prisoner. For Browning, though,
I can't
the
get
war
charged with a
itself
war
wasn't
crime
the
if I'm a
most
civilian.
to him. By the time the armistice was signed, he had been completely consumed by his work. So much so that his family found him distant even when they managed to drag him kicking and screaming out of his workshop. He felt that, even with his great successes, he had wasted his early years, and this would drive him to literally work himself to death. The last decade of Browning's life was
Fun to
marred
think
by
about during
great
World War
success
II
and
that
great tragedy, continuing
militaries
to occur
had
even when it
planned
looked
to
like
invade the
kitchen was about
US.
to burn down. But if you thought that being
But
well into the
then you
60s
look
would
at
slow Browning
this and they're
down,
like,
you clearly
yeah, if
haven't
we go to
been
war with the
attention.
US, we're going to have to
Within
deal with
months of
civilians
war
carrying
being
all
ended
of
for
this
good,
shit.
Browning had improved on his water-cooled M1917 machine gun
Vasily.
with the venerable air-cooled M1919, which became one of the go-to machine guns strapped to every American vehicle possible for decades, though he was already working on the weapon that would largely replace it. With the advent of the metal shitboxes known as tanks in 1915, the Germans had developed the first anti-materiel round, the 13.2mm Tough, fired from a bone-rattling single-shot rifle, and
Good
the Americans
Lord.
wanted their own anti-materiel weapon in the form of a machine gun, which
It
would have
looks
to
like a
withstand several
child
times the energy of the standard
carrying that
30 caliber
thing.
round the US fielded. Browning was up to the task.
That thing is so
developing the
huge it
50
looks
BLG
like
round
if I
and having
gave
a
my
working
kid a
prototype
bolt
a
action
month
to carry
before the war had
around.
even ended, though it was far from perfect. A lack of need in the post-war world and frequent trips between Ogden, Hartford, and Liege would slow down the development of the weapon, but soon the M1921 Browning machine gun would emerge, adopted in very small numbers and still needing major improvements. We'll pick up the M1921 later, but for now let's turn our attention back to Belgium.
That is
As
one
you
thing
might
I see
expect,
Browning
the
tends to have
invasion took a toll on
issues
FN's business,
doing is
and
making
Browning would
guns
try
that
to
are
help the
reliable and full
manufacturer get
auto.
back on its feet. His first
But everything
two attempts
else,
would
he is
both be
basically a
about as
master
useful
in.
as the cope cages on Russian tanks. One being a 22 caliber pump action
Oh, yeah.
rifle known as the
Germans
FN
were
Trophone,
definitely
which had
very
several parts
advanced.
prone to just self-destructing.
Had
and
some of
then
the first
over on
really
shotgun
reliable
known as the FN
SMGs.
Superposed, which,
They
while
had
it was a
the
solid
best
design,
tanks
was overly complex for the
during
wartime
World War
company
II.
who needed something cheap and easy to make, so they told him to fuck off. Okay, well, that's not quite accurate. Instead, they would ask Browning to design a new modern handgun with double the magazine capacity of previous models.
The gun came.
Browning was skeptical of the reliability of a higher capacity handgun
It's cool,
magazine,
but it's one of those
after
things where it's
DRSA
like,
proved
it's
the
only
double-stack
useful
magazine could work
once.
well in a modified
And I
FN
don't want that in a
M1903,
firearm.
John got to work. By now, you might be wondering what that great tragedy
I don't want
mentioned
to
a
have
moment
it
ago
where
was,
if my
and it's
one
here that
chance
it struck.
has a
Both
lemon,
John and
I'm
Matt's sons would
screwed.
be arrested for murder in 1923, having shot the
With a
husband
full
of John's
handgun,
daughter
even if,
Elsie
like,
in self-defense at the
A
height of
mag
a
is
messy
bad, you
divorce.
can have a spare
And while
mag,
both
a
men
round's
would be found
bad,
not
rack
guilty,
the slide to
the
get
whole
rid of
shit
it,
show that
and you
unfolded
still
would
have
tarnish the
more
Browning
ammo.
name. But even
Gun
more
cane, if you
tragically,
got a
may
bad
have
round
caused the
in
heart
it,
attack that killed Matthew
you're
Browning
done.
during the trial. These events would drive John even deeper into his work. patenting the
That's why I don't like
high
pocket
power,
pistols.
an updated superposed, an improved 50 cal machine gun, a bar revision, a 37mm autocannon, and
G2
even an early
rockets.
assault rifle that has been lost to history among the 19 patents he filed between 1923 and 1925. The indomitable Browning would continue his frenetic pace, and while working on the Browning High Power in 1926, he would suddenly die of heart failure in his son Val's office at the age of 71. Even though his body had failed, somehow he stayed cooking. His
Ad break. I'll pause it while that ad's running. One moment, please. While we wait for ads. You know what? That's a good point. Alright. Should be back now.
high-power pistol being finished by the aforementioned Diudon Save
Wanted to make
which
sure
would popularize the double-stacked magazine design and become
ads were
one of
done.
the most successful pistols in
Ever
history.
wanted to
And the M1921
hand at
50
fours to
cal
make
machine gun
gauntlets.
ultimately being developed into the legendary
No
M2
issue watching
Browning,
ads. Well,
a
I
machine gun that
appreciate
remains
it.
in use to this
I
day,
just didn't
with
want
no
to
sign of being replaced anytime
have the video
soon.
continue
Finally,
and
his
anything get
superposed
missed
shotgun
during
will be
ads.
finished by his son Val, and his 37mm
And it's only
autocannon
got
will also be
about
completed, though neither would
5
reach the
minutes
success
left.
of his previous designs.
Or
The world had
3
lost its
minutes
most
left.
prolific arms
I'm bad
designer,
at math.
but the legacy Browning left continues to live on a century after his death. How do you quantify a life like that of John Moses Browning? In all honesty, his contributions to the world go beyond anything words can fully encapsulate, but I'll give it my best shot. Browning is credited with the design of over 120 weapons and ammunition, selling literally countless amounts of them both before and after his death. Across all the weapons John built, he changed the course of firearm history several times, but if you want tangible evidence of the impact Browning has had on modern firearms, you need only look at the guns we have today. For anyone looking to buy a handgun, a shotgun, a lever-action rifle, or assault rifle, the best designs available were either
can
made
still
by
find
Browning
people
himself
making
or developed from his
1911s
ideas,
in
establishing
multiple
many of the
different
common
levels
operating
of
mechanisms
quality
and design
and
features on
price.
most modern firearms. For militaries looking to purchase machine guns, the M2 remains a staple of armed forces the world over, and FN's incredibly popular MAG is a modern development of the M1918 bar's operating mechanism. His designs and those based on them have dominated the firearm market for over a century, the likes of the M1911, M1897, M1894, High Power, and Auto 5 still being highly popular to this day. As much as Browning's designs have become famous for their military use and wrought havoc throughout the world, John's pursuit of perfection in firearms was as much about ending war as it was about advancing our ability to wage it, viewing it as a patriotic duty to invent and the perfection of firearms as the ultimate end of warfare itself. Simply put, if there were going to be wars, there would need to be guns, and Browning set out to build the best. Look at any conflict over the last century, and somewhere
that's
in
one
all
way
of
to
them,
do
you
it.
will find soldiers carrying
You have the best
Browning-designed
guns, it's kind of
firearms.
hard to...
Undoubtedly, Browning changed the landscape of modern
I don't know if
firearms,
that's an
helping
effective
cement
way
4
of
of the
thinking
biggest
about it,
names we
but
associate
I
with the
mean,
industry today, Winchester, Colt,
kinda makes
FN,
sense.
Stahl, as well as Browning's own name.
It's hard
along
to
with
for
revolutionizing
wars
the
to keep
designs of nearly
continuing
every
if
type of
one
firearm.
team
With
has all the
everything he
best
achieved
weapons.
in his 71 years of life and the lasting legacy of his inventions, I can confidently say there never has been nor will be another like the legendary genius of John Moses Browning. As I said in the intro, there is much more to Browning's story than what I've covered here, and if you're interested in learning more, the sources I've used are linked below, but I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this dive into the many firearms of John Browning, and I'd love to hear which of his weapons you like the most or think is the most historically significant. A video on the bar will be coming next, and the vote for the next firearm is live in the community tab. That's all I've got for now. Thank you again, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Alright, that was that. Definitely a good watch to learn just how influential John Moses Browning was. And I actually think I will go ahead and subscribe to his channel. And everyone who enjoyed it, definitely feel free to check out his channel. It's literally just should be able to find it just by Harold. But the full channel, it's the .harold.project. but he has several videos. I've watched a few of his videos before. Um, most of his videos talk about a singular weapon and its history. So a lot of good information if you're interested in firearms. Watching actual history vids feels we are in that era. I mean, I guess we could still technically be in that era because like a third of the guns that were shown in that video are still used right now, and not even just commercially. Like active military still use a lot of them. Now, and to be honest, a lot of that react was just me waiting for Fortnite to update. Exactly. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Because really, with the modern 1911, a lot of the mechanics of that gun have not really changed at all. It's just that a large portion of the parts have been improved in it to where they're stronger, so it's more reliable, but it's still pretty much the exact same gun as when it was made in 1911. That is true. Speaking of upgrades, basically what my new model reveal is going to be on April 28th. So many upgrades, emotes, overlays, new model. The works. And let me see. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Well, first of all, we can turn the music back on. Did something last night, and what was that? Something going on with the settings. Okay, why is the sound not working now? Okay. Got Discord working from laptop. VTubing. Show you war crimes. That's how you do it. Doing any crime at my house. Investigate. Never find fingerprints. Fair. They'd have it on mine. I have to have reset my router every now and then. Trying to figure out what's wrong with my audio. Oh, nope. Close that. So why is that working? The Fortnite's not. What's the issue? Now May, Dooney, May, and Red. Doing work. Sound is coming through. Okay, it's coming through the Elgato. What it says. So why can I not hear Fortnite? Is it just because... Hold on. I found the problem. There we go. Got eat to Brazil some time ago. My food, rivals, masterclass. It was because I did not have it turned up in OBS. Because every time I have to reset my Elgato, I always end up with audio problems. And I had to reset it from where the basement flooded, and I had to unplug everything to make sure it didn't get damaged. So, yay. I can hear it, but only if I have OBS opened. It is very weird. But anyway, before... oh, there we go. Before I start Fortnite, find where it at. We're going to find the thing that Crystal made. That. Look at this dude. Think Ribble disturbed. If it worked, don't touch. Thing got sound issues. Well, the problem with that is that phrase doesn't apply when it's not working. So it's, if it's broke, I try and fix it and somehow make it worse. That's about what this is. Yay. So I'm so good at streaming. I'm a master. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get the game pulled up now. Now that I know the sound's working. So, new season of Fortnite has come out, which means a new battle pass. Okay, that might be a little too loud. Got fired from the bank today. A woman asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her away. Nice. Can we cut? We'll call it Chibi Red. I would love to have a full-on Chibi. That'd be great. I guess you could count my emotes as like a chibi of me. Let's see, what do we got in the new battle pass? It's weird. Because the theme of this is supposed to be a heist, which they've done in the past. I'm fine with that. It just feels like so many of the things in this past do not fit that theme. Yeah, first one being gambling. Gambling, I kind of get. It's supposed to be like a crime-related pass. So, of course, you see gang stuff or gangster-related stuff. It's usually gambling involved. New season, Lawless. There are some events in the game right now that involve breaking into banks and stuff. I guess it's supposed to be like a vigilante skin. Of course, the ultimate sin. Gambling. New idea. Adultery. Have a new... Is this a new character? I honestly like this character design. I don't know if I care much about the cone on her head, but last times was spies, now we just straight up criminal. No, no, see, last time, the last one was ninjas. I guess that makes sense. Modern day witch. I still feel like they could have picked something better than a pylon for a hat, but we'll go with it. And then the advanced skin, which I like it too. It's definitely bright. Oh yeah, the other high suit. I'm sorry. I'm assuming we surf this. DLC hat. Ah, I see what you're saying. Okay, honestly, the back bling, kind of want it. Just because I did update my lore a little bit. I know I originally had like my special ops group called the Wolf Dogs, but I feel like it just didn't roll off the tongue that well. I changed it to the Red Wolves, and that would fit that aesthetic perfectly. And we have a furry skin. There is a specific VTuber that I am sure will be very excited about this. And if you know anything about VTubers, I do not have to say her name. And a hint is that a small hint, she does have her own Gamer Subs flavor. There's you a good hint right there. And a legendary skin. Oh wow, black and gold. How original. Anyway, moving on. Okay, I saw this on the loading screen, and I thought it had something to do with Batman, but apparently it doesn't. Like, does this not look Batman-esque to anyone else? Or at the very least, Catwoman. Blood Wolves, Blood Eclipse. Ooh, Blood Wolves would be a good one. Actually, well, it kind of fits, but the nano machine in my lore isn't really related to blood at all. I mean, I guess it would be because it would be in the bloodstream, but that's not the only place it is. But I do like that. I do like Blood Wolves. See, that's what I'm saying. It looks like Batgirl, but apparently it has nothing to do with the Batman series at all. And then her like legendary skin is completely different. I don't I don't get it. Oh wait, never mind. I didn't realize there was a an alternate, so she still has the weird beanie clava. Lara Croft character was available in Fortnite. I don't know. I think Lara's been in Fortnite before. I can't remember because I've been on a website that shows you all the skins they've ever come out with. Because honestly, they're great. They have great designs for new character ideas. Okay, so she was in the game. Got it. And couldn't get Teen Titans Raven, same season as Lara Croft. Some of Fortnite's choices when it comes to character unlocks and stuff is weird. And the last thing you get in this pass is proof of that, and we'll get to that in a second. Also, there's a pickle. He's kind of a big deal. Sorry. And now he's spicy dill. I don't like his lips. His lips make me uncomfortable. There's going to be a lot of innuendos with him. Oh, for sure. And then we have Keisha. Pretty cool. I really like the goggles. Those are cool. They look like they'd be really uncomfortable though. Crystal, you need to take better care of yourself. I shouldn't be the one telling you this, since technically I guess you adopted me. I shouldn't be the one giving you advice on how to take care of yourself. Alright, cool. And now we get to the final character in the past that makes no sense to me. We have Sub-Zero. Oh no. Almost that time. I will say, not to give spoilers, you might want to hold on to those. I might be doing an update to that redeem for a specific reason. It may or may not be a new toggle on my model. Because I know what you're saving up for. There's only one thing on my redeems that's worth that much. But I figure if I'm going to make that the most expensive redeem, I might as well make it worth it. And then you got in Mortal Kombat 3 Sub-Zero. Reminds me of PUBG. I mean, I can't remember. Did PUBG come first? Or did Fortnite? Can't remember which one came first. I know they were very close to the same time. I didn't know it existed, but have the points. Okay. Well, this is going to be fun. Great thing is the plan I have for it, I could have it on this model too, and the new one. I have gotten a hold of some assets that I could apply to the model specifically for that redeem. And I have another redeem I'm planning on that's very similar. After a certain clip that I posted got really popular. But that's everything in the standard pass. There's also the bonus section, which honestly, what I am hoping for is they do the same thing as they did last season, and they have an option for color swaps. which they're not showing the rest of the pass until March 11th. Still surprised that CW took long to download. Oh, I figured out it was an issue with my install, I think. I ended up fixing it after just reinstalling Fortnite, and it downloaded. So I have saved the world now. It is working. And we could play some of that today, but I kind of want to try out the new season to try and earn the rewards, because I'll get more experience if I do the quest related to the battle pass. Oh, one thing I want to check real quick is the shop. Funny dialogue soon. Ooh. It's adorable, but I also hate it. Nah, that's just Snoop Dogg. You can't fool me. That bro's name's not Duke. That's Snoop Dogg. All he's missing is a joint. We have a lawless shop right now. Forgot Snoop Dogg transformation. I mean, come on, it's literally in his name. That is the saddest excuse for a cowboy hat. I'm sorry. Like, come on. You couldn't make the brim a little bit wider? The cyberpunk stuff is still on here. They added the stereotype of Texans lawless. I mean, it's not just Texas. I mean, that's just Wild West, which was lawless, basically. Can we stop resetting? Thank you. All right. I honestly kind of want to get this, but if it's not available as back bling, I love like sci-fi melee weapons. Yeah, literally, because they didn't give us a lightsaber with any of the Star Wars characters, which makes no sense to me. Was it even like a pickup in the game during that event? I wasn't playing Fortnite when that came out. I just know that they didn't give any of the characters lightsabers, which was honestly a missed opportunity. Okay, so the back bling is a drone, I guess. And Johnny's explosives duffel bag from where he blows up Megacorp. They gave us a spoon, pimple popper, and a toothpick. Yeah. Just a really, really missed a great opportunity there, Fortnite. Gotta admit. This honestly, I had a cool idea for my character. Because, of course, my character, my primary weapon is an assault rifle, but I switched to a pistol and knife, kind of like the setup you could get in Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 2. and I had an idea of being able to use the nanotech to basically turn my knife into a sword, or like a superheated sword. So it basically just extends the knife blade to sword length and then superheats it. I thought that was a cool concept. Only other two were in passes. Slayer sword and customized energy sword. And I feel like there must have been some kind of like copyright thing related to that, and that's why they didn't do it. That's the only reason I can think of. Which they already got the license for the Star Wars characters, which had to have been a crap ton of money. So I don't know how they couldn't have also afforded the lightsabers. But yeah, see, called it. It's always copyright stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't care that much about the Batman skin, but the sword looks pretty cool. Did so many iconic collabs and still doing. Yeah, I mean, they're still putting stuff out there. Like this is a new one. New Iron Man skin, and you can actually customize it to different versions from the comics. So you've got Prime, Ultimate, Classic skin, and then they've got different color options too, including Iron Doom. Honestly, I like the Prime Iron Man. I like the sleekness of it. It reminds me of a really nice like sports car, like a Lamborghini or something. When was human carried an energy greatsword? His case like a plasma machine gun. I tried the concept of kind of like in RWBY, the anime, where it's a melee weapon that also turns into a gun, but I couldn't think of anything that seemed like it was a cool idea that wasn't already done. And we have Avatar characters now. Seems a bit late for that, but I don't think those are those new? I don't know. Red Ferrari. I'm not gonna lie. Why did you have to show it to me in red? Oh, I want it. I want it so bad. I want to get a like 80s. I just want to get an 80s style sports car and deck it out to look like this. I want a cyberpunk car. I'm not big on sports cars at all, but if I could have something like that, or even especially if I could get one that was like a cyberpunk truck, I would do that in a heartbeat. Pistol sword that can be starts off pistol, extend into sword. Could do that. I don't know. I just wanted to do something that was cool but also original. And RWBY has already done so many of them. Because honestly, I love the scythe that turns into a sniper rifle. That concept is really cool. And then the gauntlets that turn into shotguns was cool. And all this is rerun stuff. It's always weird because there's a lot of stuff. Because I play on mobile sometimes too, and you miss out on a lot of stuff in the shop on there. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. What else is new? Zero build. And quest. So none of the quests have started yet, but there is a kickstart quest. So I have to visit all of these locations. Easy enough. I want to check something. There was a glitch with this skin on mobile. Okay, it's not on here. There was a weird glitch with this skin on mobile where his bandana was sticking straight out the back. And it looked really weird. Mission got me 3 levels immediately. I'm gonna have to play that some then. On stream or off stream. Oh. Alright. First up. So we'll go here. Bad thing is that the sound for the game is attached to my OBS, so if I turn it down for you guys, it also lowers it for me. Oh, I only have to visit one of these. I didn't realize that. I thought I had to visit all 4 of them. Well, go ahead and go to the new location. Might as well. Since when was a jump pad available in no build? That's new. TV. The atmosphere when Fortnite arrives on Steam. That would be insane. Feel like it'd be incredibly chaotic too. I'll stick with what I got for right now. And let me check quest, kickstart. Okay. So I have to buy thermite from a shop. Oh, definitely don't have enough for that. Have a lot more choice in weapons this time, which is nice. This. Oh. Ah, it's 3-round burst. I didn't realize. Xbox, PS, and computer classes. Okay. Crime City. Alright, ready up. Let me see something here. movement. Keyboard. Ah, crap. Live and learn, you may never find your way. Whoa, yeah. I was so hyped when this song played during the movie. Because I was wondering the entire time during the space scenes, like, are they going to play it? Is it going to play? They better play it. Granted, they didn't play the whole song, but what they did play was worth it. Added something to music in-game. I have the music turned off just because I don't want to get copyright stuff on here. We might wait till we get to the last one. That is a great feature that they have in the game settings, is you can set it to where it does not play copyrighted music. It's just a nice little feature that they add for streamers that when, like, before I started streaming, I would have never thought anything of it. Like most people won't, but the fact that they include it is nice that they consider that. Because, I mean, I'm sure it works in their favor because it gives them more publicity when people stream their games, but... have a selected music as you glide down. Oh, okay. I see. That's pretty interesting. No, I don't want to go with the train. I want weapons. Okay. Hello, who's here? I don't know why I was expecting that to have gold in it, but... Oh wait, did it? Oh. Hello. You're new. Termite. First sounded disappointed at his hub. Speaking of guard, ah, son of a. Man, I'm struggling this time. I really need to figure out what's going on with my sound settings so I can actually hear the game. Wait, what am I doing? I'm losing my mind. My family being weird. Let's see. Damage vault weak spots while opening a vault. Collect a dill bit? What the heck is a dill bit? That sounds dirty. Let's see, purchase an item from each black market. Okay, stealther shield with med mist grenades, gold splasher chug jugs. Okay. Weapon that lets you hold a shotgun and submachine gun called the pump and dump. That they know what they're doing with that. They know what they're doing with the names of these things. Trying not to make it... Trying to make it where the game volume is not louder than I am. Play online multiplayer. I do orders to my family members. Me. Understandable. I mean, most of the time, they tend to stay upstairs while I'm streaming, but... I think they are playing Minecraft. Pretend Minecraft right now. Yeah, cool. Of course they would. Of course they would call it that kind of gun. Pardon? I kind of figured that's how it would work. Was it also a specific color that I won't mention? Because if it was, then you can't tell me they didn't do it on purpose. One thing I wish you could do in this game that you could do in Warzone is cut your chute. Or cut the glider so that you can dive faster. Because I hate having to wait for it to let me use this. Shield bubble, small shield. I'll take that so I have a rifle. I would much rather have one that's not 3-round burst, but... beggars can't be choosers. Porta cover. Ooh. Like the mess. Okay. That. Money. Ooh. Must be underneath. Yes, sir. Oh, gold splash. run and mine faster. That's handy. Probably should have held on to that then. Ugh. I didn't mean to do that. Let's make our exit. Hello. Yes, please. Okay. Ooh. I don't want to try and run a revolver right now. I really don't want this 3-round burst gun either. Hello. I need to clear some space. There we go. No Uzi? Not really. There's stuff that's kinda close to that. Uh-oh. Plasma burst laser. Ah. Oh. Piss off. This is the problem with a lot of these quests is, one, they get you distracted so that you die quicker. And then half the time, especially when it's the beginning of a season, everyone else is doing the exact same thing. So you're always going to run into a ton of people and get yourself killed. I mean, yeah, to be fair, I'm probably focusing way too much on getting all of that loot, but I think I was trying to get a specific item. Vault weak spots while opening a vault. Plant thermite on bank vaults. Armor transports. Sniper. Legendary or better weapons. That one is going to be the one that's going to be a pain. Because I'm either going to have to get really lucky and find legendary weapons, or have to fight somebody that has one. Either way, kind of difficult. I did get the new Fortnite OG skin. Is a way that'd be a hassle. I honestly feel like I would like her character more if she didn't have the giant varsity jacket. Yeah, the Godzilla event was fun. Let's see. I mean, that's technically what that one person was doing before I shot him in the back. Hmm. Some gear can be bought, but some exotics only accept the deal crypto. I gotcha. Honestly, really like this skin. I like running this one though, just because fewer people will have access to this one since it's an old season. Bitcoin. That would be kind of crazy if you could exchange crypto in this game. Not only the Foxhole Ella Oasis. It's a special bonus coin. Alright, I think that's what I'm gonna run. Or literally had to say this is a joke, don't do crypto. Yeah. It was a good bet, maybe like 5 years ago. But now, definitely not a good choice. Magnetus. Let's see if we can get to a safe without dying. Probably not. Thinking safe. There it is. No. Thermite? Nope. Oh, I have enough to buy some though. Up. Rope into same lobbies as normal. Yep, that's a big problem. This. To the vault. Kidding me? Force player shows up. Off. And now he's gonna steal every bit of work I just did. Hey. Should I start calling you Potate now? I don't even know. Now we shoot the red pipe. Yeah. Oh, hey, I did that quest, so now I don't have to worry about doing that. Cool. Meh. Azzy. Okay. see. Oh, wait a minute. I have to... That's going to be annoying. Okay, so we've got part of the dailies done. Search save, cash registers, or produce boxes. Okay. Honestly, I kind of like the skin. I mean, I feel like just the golden revolvers and shoulder holsters looks cool. Alright, try this again. Is that what was bothering me? Yeah. I feel like almost lightheaded, and I honestly think it's because I had too much light in the room. Because since the flood, I've had, I usually just have a lamp on in here. But I had the lamp and the ceiling light turned on. And it was almost like it was messing with me. Because, I mean, honestly, the main reason I had it that way is... I mean, the more light you have, the better your tracking will be with your model, but... don't think it's worth it if it's going to make me feel nauseous or give me a headache. Someone's already paid for the full pass. Because you can't tell me that they earned the entire pass in 2 days. So those are the black markets. We'll wait. And now we'll go. Now go. Glad to have some people actually watching now, because for the last few weeks, my view count has been pretty low. Wait, are there auto turrets on this thing now? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna not do that. Okay! Yeah, not gonna do that. I'm good. Normally I'm always in your streams. Yeah, I know you are. I'm not saying that there's not anyone watching. I just... it's because I'm paying too close attention to my numbers. That's the issue. Because up until this month, usually my average was about 5 views a stream. And this past couple weeks, it's dropped down to like 3. I could try to pull a few streams, I'm not sure. Been dead for a bit. I mean, I don't want you to, like, do something to, like, inflate my view count. I don't want you to do that. But, I mean, any any word of mouth that can be spread is always appreciated. Especially with my debut coming up in a couple months. I want to try to get that out there as much as possible. But yeah, I don't want... If I get more views, I want it to be from... I want it to be legit. Is this like a UAV? Yes, it is. Oh, it shows me hidden chest. Okay. I see. But it only does it once? That's kind of lame. Oh, never mind. Where you will grow and gain into your ship. Stationary radar. Yeah, it kind of works like a the UAVs in Black Ops 6, where you can have a regular one or a... Hello, who's here? Are you trying to jump shot me? What are you doing? Whatever it is, it's not gonna work. Ow, ow, ow. What the heck is that thing? Open the frickin' door. Oh my god, that was way too close. Hey, thermite. Take that. Use this. Okay. Alright. And then use this. Have anything else on you? It's not appear so. Alright. Or enter to the recon scanner. It's technically overpowered. Oh, okay. Bye. Holy fire rate, Batman. You're annoying. Do I actually have to attack the safe, or will it eventually open on its own? Okay, it will open on its own. Got it. Bye. Oh, hey. Longer. That's kind of what I figured. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm out of bullets. That's a player. Wait, what? That wasn't a player? Okay. I didn't know that the enemies would do that. Hi. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Bye. Okay. Take that with me. Ooh. Still bit. Still bit. The heck is that thing? Oh. Yes, sir. Ooh. Chug jug. Give. Okay. Where's... Need to go there. Black market. Running. Gotta leave, gotta leave, gotta go right now. Gotta go. Uh-oh. No. Stop that. And I saw the player. Don't worry. I saw them. I am just avoiding them at all cost. Okay. Is this who I talked to? No. Wait. Black market time. How do I... Oh, the cases? I gotcha. What are the things that take bits? Oh, that one. There we go. And a legendary shotgun. Is there a legendary rifle? I'll take that though. Okay. Wait a minute. I need to think about this. What are my quests again? Purchase 9 from each black market. Okay, so I only had to do that once. Okay, so I need to go to that one. Okay. Hold. Hang on. Free flight time. Plan a murder. Would you help me hide the body? For legal reasons, I can't answer that. But that should give you your answer. Thanks for doing business with you. Nothing to do with this underground market. Sure. I need this car. Yeet. Kidnap Tails now. Sure, just kidnap my whole viewership. Is that why my view count's been low? You've been kidnapping everyone? I see your game. Trying to sabotage me. Eh. What about touching boyfriends? That... Quit having your ERPs in my chat. Quit it. Oh, that's not good. Ah, the portal. Okay, what was your game plan there, bud? Hello. Can you F off, please? Thank you. Okay. Time to go to the black market again. When I was a rental boyfriend. What do you mean by that? Full scanner. Oh, hey. I'll buy that. I'll buy that for $1. Okay. And then sticky grenade launcher. You know what? I don't know what I need to keep, to be totally honest with you. And vulture boom. Okay. We'll run this. This seems like the best choice. And then I need to leave. Or actually, gold shotgun. Oh, that's a legendary shotgun. Was there a legendary rifle over here anywhere? Stoppable. Okay. Ooh. I like it. Actually, you know what? There we go. Time to go. Still not on my boyfriend. I did the thing. I'm just better. I'm built different. To be fair, I think he was kind of confused at the fact that I jumped out of the vehicle. But yeah, I should not have won that fight unless he just... Because not only did he have the medallion, but he had legendary weapons on him. But so far, I think I've hit all the milestones. I just need to go to that other black market, and that'll be the last thing I gotta do. I just can't do that right now because it's not in the circle. Falcon Eye Sniper, restore health or shields. That's the one that's going to be hard to get. That was a fight you should... Honestly, it pisses me so much. Leave. Oh, I'm sorry, Ezzy. If you have to step out, that's fine. I would like to think I try to put you in a better mood, but sometimes I just want to do... Sometimes I don't want to watch people's streams when I'm stressed out. Especially when it's people I know, because I feel like I have an obligation to talk in chat. So sometimes if I'm not up for that, I tend to not watch streams. One. Get distracted by the loot. Bye. See, that's how you do it. You get them while they're fighting each other. He thinks he won the fight. And then I get him as he's scavenging for loot. Uh-oh. Wait, do I have a... Does the medallion tell me where the other players are? Because if so, that is broke AF. Oh, hey, a get out of jail free card. Nice. So... Where is everybody? Oh, there's somebody. Hey, bud. Bye, car. Oh, nope, wrong key. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Got him. Ooh. I'm starting to learn the lead time of guns in this game. With hitting tab. I'm not used to caps lock being zoom. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna let you all duke it out over there. Oh, hi. Who just shot at me? Who fired that shot? Oh, see you. Oh, he got in the Cybertruck. What a nerd. Boom. That's where it's going to end? Okay. Uh-oh. Man, I should have stayed up there. Well, great. Now I'm just going to be out in the open. Like an idiot. Granted, I'm going to be kind of out in the open either way if I stay with the circle. Uh-oh. Where's the other guy? Ow, ow. Okay. So many jokes about it. That car only works in Fort. Oh, the Cybertruck. I don't like this. I mean, honestly, I am in the best spot. Oh. It's 2v2. Where's the last guy? Where the hell is he? Open shotgun. Oh. You're in the storm boat. I got one too. Let's go, baby! Give me the victory! I'm the best! Woo! Back to the lobby. That's a clip right there. Let's go. Okay, the emote kind of fire. Sorry, I'm hopped up on adrenaline. My house racing. Why is it showing I have a new emote? Oh, there we go. And what do I got left? The immortal Captain Price. That's right. I mean, I can't pull off mutton chops like the OG, but I'll take it. I don't have enough confidence to rock mutton chops. Boop. Okay. Got 30 minutes left. That's probably enough time to do one more. Do it. Soap died, but Captain never. I mean, technically, that's not wrong. We never actually see Captain Price die in any of the games. Kind of deserve that punch down the stairs. Fair. I mean, we did work for Price's, like, greatest enemy. Or we're, like, friends with them. Until we realized, oh, they're a crazy terrorist. Terrorist I can live with, but crazy, I'm out of here. I was young and patriotic. We get a little closer. A little closer. But yeah, technically we never actually see Price die, even in Modern Warfare 3. It's implied that he does, but it's never outright confirmed. Unless the devs have confirmed it. Have you tried Ghost? What do you mean? Like a Ghost impression? I'm a little lost. Oh yeah, the game Call of Duty Ghost. I actually really liked that game a lot. I like the story. I like the post-apocalypse vibe. That's kind of my jam. It got way more hate than it deserved. The multiplayer was okay. The campaign was awesome, though. There ain't gonna be any Ghost. Yeah. Getting hit by Odin. The ballistic missile from space. Crazy thing is it wasn't even really a missile. It was just a giant metal rod that hit the Earth like a meteor. Bye. Jump pad. Uh-oh. Serpentine, serpentine. Okay. Are you a bot? Yeah, you're a bot. Because I should not have won that, because I missed that first shot completely. Oh yeah, Riley, the dog. It was also a reference to the original Ghost. because Ghost real name is Simon Riley. I don't have enough to get that. Could get that. Or that. And get this. Hello, who's here? Kind of in a bad spot right now. Specifically because I have no shields. I don't think that gives me shields, I think it just gives me health. Uh-oh. No. Advanced Warfare. I like Advanced Warfare too. That's kind of the aesthetic I was going for with the new model. Okay, what is happening? I am on a tear right now. Like, did I just find the bot team? What is going on? Once you're dead, you enter the hidden forces. That is a cool concept. That's always an interesting concept in, like, spy movies, where to become a member, you have to basically fake your death. Oh, someone else. We have a new challenger. What a flow state. Mine empty, census high. Yeah. I'm confused. Where's... I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it in time. But games are very pricey. Oh, yeah. And they don't go down in price hardly either. That's the weird thing. That's like Black Ops 3 is still $60. Unless you find it on sale. But I think the main reasoning behind that is because that game is still popular because of zombies and mods. Bye. Take that ammo, thank you. Don't get ETF Iron Rain. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it to there in time. I don't know why it put me all the way over there. Oh, hey, there's a train. Question, is anybody still on it? Does not appear so. Time to take advantage. He's a jerk, okay. Why does this music feel like it should be in a Sonic game? I feel like I'm playing Shadow in Sonic Adventure 2. Down. Whee. History. Oh, hi there. Oh, hello. Yoink. Yoink. Alright. Lone Wolf Lair. Name location discovered. Let's go. So this is the Wolfman house. Oh, there's a firefight going on over there. I'm gonna avoid that. I heard they're going after me. Get this way. Man. This is one of those moments where it's like, I feel left out not having trauma from my parents as a VTuber. It feels like that's a prerequisite. Did you play Black Hawk Down? I did not. I want to, though. I do want to play it eventually. Hey, I did the thing. There we go. Just need to get close enough to locate it. Alright, time to leave. I could kick his butt. Do it. Have I seen Vanquish? That sounds familiar, but I don't think I've played it. Just trying to stay on the road till I can get out of the storm. There we go. See, this is the kind of vehicle I can get behind. Like a good, beefy SUV or a real nice off-road truck. I'm sorry. Why does it look like there's a medallion up here? Oh. Aw. It's in later after stream. Interact with vids as much as possible. Yeah, I'll check it out after stream, for sure. I'm still super confused as to why I can see... Oh, wait. I think I know. Aha. Bruh. Somebody just totally just left this here. Pick that up. Use this. Actually, Chug Jug. Or no. Change my mind. Gold Splash. Use that first. Now Chug Jug. Holy cow! I'm fast as boy. Bye, Azzy. Have a good rest of the day. Hope you feel better. Yes, sir. I mean, hey, it's more accurate. My ability is super speed. I'd actually been doing research on YouTube looking at different shows that show off super speed. to get a better understanding of what might fit my character the best. Crystal, it's conversations like this that really made me think you and Ruby would get along great, because it sounds like something that she would say about her mom. Which, they did get divorced because he did, in fact, hit her one time. But they're back together now, because, you know. Try it again, I dare you. I see your feet, dummy. Uh-oh. Aw. Yeah, go ahead. Why is everyone showing up here all of a sudden? Bye. You ain't gonna hit me. Not from that far away, you're not. Ow! Okay, you will with that. Yeah, I have a sniper, buddy. Try again. Oh, has drop. I didn't know that. Only married to his medical. Oh, that kind of messed up. Own the damn house. Like all the work done on it is his doing. Yeah. Oh, believe me, I understand. I mean, I don't fully understand. I understand enough just from being around Ruby's dad to know how much of a pain a deadbeat dad is. I get it. No, can psychologically hurt somebody. Yep. It's not fun for anybody involved. Bye. I swear if the only reason I was not doing good in games is because my sensitivity was always too high, I'm gonna be real upset. Because as soon as I turn my sensitivity down, I'm going off. Where you at? Oh, I see you now. Okay, you just gonna run away? That's cool. That's fine. Where'd you go, though? Uh-oh. You missed. I'll let you guys just do your thing already there. Being blind, not good. Luckily, my sight has not left me yet. Oh my god. Are you serious? That's bullshit. Man, I was doing good. I had all the good stuff. I even had the medallion. I still lost. One point light physically hurt my left eye. Ooh. I do remember a girl I went to school with that was actually blind in one of her eyes. I had heard, I don't know if it's actually like a myth or not, but I'd heard that people that wear or have their hair grow out long enough where it covers one eye eventually can cause you to start losing your vision in that eye. But I don't know if that's true. That's what we thought was why she was blind, because she had that emo style haircut where her hair was always covering her right eye. It is true. The black one. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Still do that. Not good. I wouldn't want to sacrifice my vision as a style choice. Just might just be me. Okay. So, May 2nd, March 11th. As far as I know, I still have 2020. It's been a while since I've been to the eye doctor, so I can't confirm that. Mine wasn't style. It started happening and found it was incurable. That sucks. My my family always thought that I had vision problems just because they would watch me play video games and I squint a lot when I play. And it's not even because I can't read it. I do that because I'm focusing. So everyone would see me playing a game, getting zoned into it and focusing super hard, and like, you need glasses. But I've had my eyes checked at least 3 times growing up, and every time they told them my eyes were fine. Hmm. Let's see here. Shh. Don't tell. Maybe. You don't know. Oh, look at that. Look at our little village over here. Honestly, I don't even know if it's Ruby playing. It could be Little Red playing on her account. Honestly, don't know for sure.
Lo sabe, Mayako, 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 find a way, touch more.
Must be a brand new world, because I don't have anything on me. Disturbance in the forest. Can you not?
Me.
I'll be ending stream here pretty soon. Ow. Wood is hard. I think I can do it with this stuff. Yep. Brush and put a little makeup. I just got the faded with. I leave the keys up on the table. Go create another table. Wanted to. Brush and put a little makeup. You wanted to. I just got the faded way to shake up. You wanted to. Why leave the keys up on the table? You wanted to. I don't think you trust in my self-righteous suicide. I cry. Angels deserve to die. Ah, oh, wake up, wake up. I'm about to put a little makeup. Let's play the winner. And the keys up on the table. You go create another fable. You wanted to. I'm about to put a little makeup. You wanted to. I was going to fade away the shake up. You wanted to. Alright. Wood axe. And my axe. That still only counts as one. Remember the alarm clock version? Kind of need that in my life, and I kind of want to see that now. Hey, Azzy. So I'll actually probably be ending stream here in a little bit. I snuck into Ruby's Lego Fortnite real quick. I have no idea what she's doing, but I think she's playing in creative mode somehow. But also not, because can't see any of the items. 9.5K. You're almost there. Oh, and we just hit the 2 o'clock mark. Oh, and kind of sucks to do that right after an ad break. We did just hit the 3-hour mark, which is usually my cue to end stream before Ruby yells at me for being gone too long. Let's see who's on right now. Let's see. Actually, we'll go ahead and raid Ellie, or as her channel is Alicia Netherborn. She is a Rose VTuber, and she actually just debuted a new model, believe last week, that I believe she actually made herself, now that if I'm remembering right. So she is very talented. She has done art for me in the past. Actually, my art for my ending and starting screen was done by her. So we will send everybody her way. But I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. I will be back again Monday morning. Not sure what we'll be playing. I know that I did finally get Ghost Recon Breakpoint working, so we'll have some more tactical gameplay next week. And I'm going to try to message a few people to see if we can get some people joining in for World War Z, which, by the way, World War Z Aftermath is free on Epic Game Store right now. So if you want to try it out, now's a perfect time. Pretty fun game. Basically Left 4 Dead 2 in third person. Oh, I had another fun stream as always. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all enjoying the time. And be sure to let your friends know about me, and also be sure to let people know about the debut. Again, that's going to be April 28th. I have not set a time for that yet. We'll find that out when we get to it. I might make it a full day of streaming. Who knows? We'll see what my schedule looks like, but you're awesome as always. Deuces.